It's always a pleasure for Day and share with you 1 hour or 1 hour more for bring to you waiting matter to the people of this country and waiting matter to the people, and we immensely don't make some meaningful contribution which regards in transforming sports in their own various and little ways. Good morning and welcome to the second edition of Epic Sports. We come to you right on Epic Radio 99.3 FM this morning. We will bring this program to you this morning. My name is Mohammed Tobikagbo. There is a lot we will bring to you this morning in the show. But first, let me talk about the topic of discussion this morning. We topics around youth football development. When we talk about youth football development, in so many ways, most people don't say that in a strong pillar. FIFA be don't term that as grassroots football. Then come out from grassroots football and come to youth football. And later, return back to side me don't come out, but now then take them from a different trajectory. Then go to the schools. When last have we played inter-secondary school football competition? When last we don't get the inter-secondary school sports we can call intersec? This now be hub for get quality athletes, players, football administrators, sports administrators in this little way, because we get head of house. This now a place we started to develop the passion. And when them big, then go into proper sports administration, they don't get a very strong foundation. What are we missing as a country? In the show this morning, we explore how can we improve our youth football system and broaden the discussion and count them holistically in sports. For can talk more on that, we do it. Edward Debonia, we can give a lot of insight about what in Seftom able for gather. Epic Sport deliberately they put on hold the discussion of the SLFA Ordinary Congress, which when we go into RAM, we want to take them from a different angle and a different perspective. We don't see people on the try down the call when we could discuss what happen in the Ordinary Congress. There is a lot to happen in the Ordinary Congress, but we are creating room for that and bring them to esteem and valuable listeners. You will get this opportunity for watch we live on the Facebook page, and you can also call me on the number 079-994-993, 079-994-993. The topic now that's how we go before improve with youth football system, but we go broaden the discussion to how we go before improve with sports, with youth sports system in the country. It's a very big discussion which we're ready for explore this morning and bring to you the little bit of Champions League football tonight. In the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League, Arsenal will play against Paris Saint-Germain. The stakes are high. Who will go through to Monique is the big question after the break.
Values your activity and wants to celebrate with you. Stay with us and enjoy 1x free bet, a weekly reward just for you. Sign up at 1xbet.sl with promo code 3SL to get a 200% welcome bonus up to 2,800 leones. Bet on the correct score from Tuesday to Monday and get a guaranteed free bet. Millions already winning. Join your friends and experience the thrill of victory with 1x free bets.
You dey look for the best betting experience?
1xBet!
Register with 1xBet today and enjoy 200% bonus on your first deposit to 2,300 new leones. Yes, double your money right from the start. Go inside 1x game for fine casino games, card game, and boku other thing them. All them 1 year design for make you enjoy and win big. Or you can bet on the sports events them like football, basketball, tennis, and boku other one them with live updates and competition odds for get strength to the game. It easy for start. Register by phone or complete your registration with valid ID card, but not forget for screenshot your account for use am later. Deposit and withdraw you winning with Colat wey use Orange Money, AfriMoney, 1xBet Cash, MasterCard or Visa card. 1xBet are the official sponsor for La Liga, Serie A, League One and the Confederation of African Football. So know now say you dey a good hand. Join 1xBet today and join the winning journey. But remember say you need for bet responsibly. 1xBet, your world of betting.
1xBet values your activity and wants to celebrate with you. Stay with us and enjoy 1x free bet, a weekly reward just for you. Sign up at 1xbet.sl with promo code 3SL to get a 200% welcome bonus up to 2,800 leones. Bet on the correct score from Tuesday to Monday and get a guaranteed free bet. Millions already winning. Join your friends and experience the thrill of victory with 1x free bets. 1xBet values your activity and wants to celebrate with you. Stay with us and enjoy 1x free bet, a weekly reward just for you. Sign up at 1xbet.sl with promo code 3SL to get a 200% welcome bonus up to 2,800 leones. Bet on the correct score from Tuesday to Monday and get a guaranteed free bet. Millions already winning. Join your friends and experience the thrill of victory with 1x free bets.
You dey look for the best betting experience?
1xBet!
Register with 1xBet today and enjoy 200% bonus on your first deposit to 2,300 new leones. Yes, double your money right from the start. Go inside 1x game for fine casino games, card game and boku other thing them. All them 1 year designed for make you enjoy and win big. Or you can bet on the sports events them like football, basketball, tennis and boku other one them with live updates and competition odds for get to the game. It easy for start. Register by phone or complete your registration with valid ID card, but not forget for screenshot your account for use am later. Deposit and withdraw you winning with Colat wey use Orange Money, AfriMoney, 1xBet Cash, MasterCard or Visa card. 1xBet are the official sponsor for La Liga, Serie A, League One and the Confederation of African Football. So know now say you dey a good hand. Join 1xBet today and join the winning journey. But remember say you need for bet responsibly. 1xBet, your world.
1xBet values your activity and wants to celebrate.
All right, a bit excited. Well, I know for say it's based on the discussion. Please, we are not using temper this morning. At times, I can say, in as much as arguably we are one of the most critical institutions in this country, whether it's not for current affairs, entertainment, or sport, or whatever you want for look at. We don't be critical and we also don't defend solutions to some of these problems. So now we don't cry for far too long. Then administration. For me, I enjoyed the inter-secondary school sports during an era of the then president, of blessed memory, Alhaji Dr. Ahmed Tijan Kaba. I enjoyed Intersec. It started few under the Ernest Korma administration. Then it can't stop automatically. I was expecting that this present administration will prioritize school education and don't put so emphasis in sports. I was expecting that this should be our primary focus now. If always we say we need to catch them when they're young, we cannot just take the game to the school for say we want let football go to the school. Even if football go to the school, you cannot just be playing football with St. Edwards themselves always. We can't identify young players, or for say let St. Edwards they make their normal sport. They could be making their normal sport, but we're not going to forget everybody. But if we see Edwards, they run against Ahmadiyya. Edwards, they run against Rokel. Edwards, they run against the West African Methodist College School. Prince of Wales. We can have a lot of scatter. I remember scatter of the great St. Edward's School. I remember White Boy from the great Rokel School. There were schools academically they were not known, but when it comes to sports, they were well known and recognized. But our spirits, they don't die over the past years. Usai we don't lack as a country. What can we do to improve that? That now with basics. And only the foundation of food discussion. No hard feelings, no attack anybody in personality this morning. I rephrase again. We decide for put and hold and not discuss the SLFA Ordinary Congress for now, because we are putting a lot together for give you a comprehensive show about that. Good morning, Edward, and welcome to the show.
And also to all the listeners out there, and don't forget to listen to the Epic Sport with the country in Epic Radio.
I beg for just speak small formula. I think you happy how we see the Miss Salon everything they end up. Is something we're happy about?
Yeah. So when it comes to celebrating beauty and excellence, I will tell you, say Toby, we on the 28th April we see different phases, and the beautiful ones are not yet born, but the one that was yesterday being them fine and they don't really born them. Like, congratulations to the winner Lachiva, and Lachiva not be an amazing person down the years. He win Miss Freetong, he can win back the Miss Sierra Leone. Down the years, if the people who can win Miss Freetong can go up for win the Miss Salon, and also the first runner up winner from Pujong, those the second up from Bombali. But based on social media, what do they say on social media? We see say people get issue with the first runner up, and we get for see some of the events organizers themselves believe for do some endorsement.
Please don't steal my show.
So anyway,
I just bring in entertainment to football. Football is an entertaining game. What issue skills or your shake body? This song don't die. Let's say for the past 10 years, 1 decade, it don't die off. But when Yamal, Nico Williams dance back to the song in Spain camp, he exorrects Scales back and bring them back to limelight. People go and stream the song. He was invited by Lamine Yamal. He meets with the entire Spain team. Even, do you know how difficult it is to see this club president, also like I see club owners every part of this country, for talk to Laporta, even for talk to Ram, and even force Laporta for dance to the song. He danced the song with Yamal and Mama. So this is how music they come in. And Barcelona is a club that is open to that. We see of recent Trevor Scott. Trevor Scott being present. This El Clasico, of course, he was part of the Barcelona jersey. Sure. We also don't see of recent your club Chelsea invited brother Shaggy with the Predator energy drink. So these are things we would love to see. I want to see Arsenal come down to Sierra Leone. I want to see Manchester United come down. I want to see these big clubs, if not the clubs, but individual players coming down, like the days we'll see David Beckham. I've seen Jose Mourinho, Iker Casillas. These are big stars we don't jet in. The last time it was surprising, Edgar Davids beat the Salon, which even talked to Mohamed Kalani, congratulate him with the chief minister. So music and football can really come together. But let me just, this is not just for whet your appetite this morning, but let me basically look at this. Primary is a broader discussion, but I'm following just able for limit time to this specific area. Do you think the intersect, the negative aspect of farm, forget the power for stop them totally? Do you think that for happen? We'll look at the negative part, which I will mention, but I just want to ask you directly. You feel say the negativity of the inter-secondary school football competition, the inter-secondary school athletics competition, the bad side of farm for really for surpass what's really good for we don't get from man.
So I will talk out of experience, because me experience intersect. I think 2009, 10, 11, 12, up till the banning will come within 2017 or 18 due to the recurring misbehavior from students. Them literally lead the government for actually hold time for a bit. So the experience of itself, follow we get for see students, them they go to stadium, they participate and get for showcase then good God-given talent. It is signify purpose. So one of the key things, don't get to be talent. We get so many talented youths to be, and the best way for let the government able for IMAX say this person a potential sports person. I think that through the intersect. The intersect has been around for a while. I think he can take from the MPRC time, come down towards the APC regime, and also been halted within the SSPP regime. So if I watch into the initial build of the intersect, and for maximize the potential of school picking them, but on the other way, someone says there's way back for late beginning cause violence. So out of the intersect, now they sprout the anti-violence business we hail from St. Edwards. So the anti-violence, now we come in, so they go curb violence among school picking them and all that. But when I watch at the intersect, I think the absence of the intersect don't put a standstill for students and for maximizing. But I will just read.
Before you read, yes. Quick one. There is something where they don't spark a lot of violence, but still they in existence. One, me seated here, I start for identify, say, by then I just feel, say, me, I can just be a good talker. Then start something which we call news journal. You can come, then the shebuna into class. If, for example, if by then I'm in the I'll be there JSS1 at 1 by then. So if in a JSS1 at 1 throughout the week from Monday to Friday, now they give news, current affairs, news, entertainment, and sport. Now in a class they do them. You understand? So this continue. It comes to national level. When I begin organize debating competition. When they announce the school they win, we always see this fight where they happen, but still continue. It's up to present date. We get debating competition from different schools. We get rap competition from different schools. But why do you think the one we get the biggest economic development? This is not something we just be the cater for maybe 1, 2, 3, or the highest number of people who go for debate is 4. But now, for close something we get economic development, we go give you up to 100, 200, or more than the number what they call in terms of sport development because of the fighting we don't happen. Now, how do you think we shall be able to curtail them fetsten day and it still be for stick at the developmental part of improving with sports in the country?
So I think for me, also will go wrong. Now the post-war Sierra Leone, after the war, I think we experienced some amount of it gets them after the beginning of them born after the rebel war to be, then kind of get rebel blood, and also I think someone be kind of traumatized. So after the war when they came in, I think so someone kind of find himself, you get people called introvert and extrovert. So the man when he find himself in a public, he might lose guard. So when I watch this, I think the mechanism with the government, the approach was wrong. I think banning it was a very wrong approach because considering the fact grass development they start from grassroots. And what we want to make a longer proposal in 2021 after Leon start make we presence back into the African 25 years, say we don't begin to fall short on the grassroots. Not everybody gets that God-given talent for talk on the radio. Some are in skill set of itself now based on athleticism. So everybody gets it. So when that when that platform it affect them. Take for instance, St. Edwards. Edwards is known as that school where they actually put so many athletes there. You check the records when it comes to football. Lot of Edwardians they win a football in school. And after that, Edwards are one of the few school points they get. Now school going school. Now school team, but they in the Premier League. By the time you get the Gentonian, I think Olympic or something, but they already closed down. But all Edwardians still functional. That tells you say the existence of all Edwardians was built from the grassroots.
Do you also think we ratio in terms of we get a lot of dropouts? Before now, there are certain people who they will be arbitrated for play for certain schools. They are not even part of the school. I agree.
Sure.
I agree, but that's something easily we go before curtail. But the number starts for increase in illiteracy rates because Mohammed Subi are good for play football, but I don't want for go school. But if you get the passion, I can name a school. St. Edwards not been one. Every young boy want for go St. Edwards. At some point, I stopped for go school because the neighbor for admit me at St. Edwards. The then principal was wise. Say I cannot leave my boys in this school which aggregates 23 in Beke and take you from another school. So it means it prioritize the Edwardians within the school with the same aggregate mark of 23 before even consider me with the common from another school we put in for the school. That is quite correct. It's understandable. So I decided to go the West African Methodist Collegiate School. Let's see it start for go high because if me want to play for St. Edwards, I'm very good, but I don't go school. But because of I love St. Edwards, I would love to play for St. Edwards. It convinced me to go back to school. You don't feel safe because we start for give blind eyes to that. We don't even get a base now. Also, we go say I will say after every school league, you will forget 20 players, which you go identify to the under 15 coach, under 20 coach, under 17 coach. You know, if it's a this don't give me the reason why we are always rotating players in the youth system, and when they are above the age, we decide to go back and start for recruits other generation we're not for jail into the methodology of the past and previous people who are past in that category.
So when it comes to education, you get formal and informal education. I think that has been the problem, and I think there's a misconception how people don't begin to say it's only those with the formal education that are the most well equipped and the most spurious of mind. And I think that's a very big mistake we're going to make down the years. Informal education, there are people in the way not going to get that pen and paper. Literally, you watch most footballers around the world to be, they don't get formal education. They don't get formal education. That's why you can argue anybody, because the amount of time for spend at training, you cannot be going to college, you cannot be going to uni. So if you watch the ratio now, only 2 out of 10 fully professional people, they actually get academical paper. Ronaldo doesn't have a degree. Messi doesn't have a degree. The Pele, these people doesn't have a degree. Even Rashford was a high school student. When he left high school, we say person get a honorary doctorate. So if you check this list, they go on. So when we miss out in this part, begin to attach informality into skill, it becomes a problem. The richest of people in the world, these are not professors. These are not people with doctorates. These are not people with masters. Although they can get and they can attain them, but on the earliest of the level, you used to say, like, I think this misconception, especially for Sierra Leone, is a problem. Now, we went wrong when I say comparatively, when we don't begin to focus, say, that the one with formal education. When you watch at people who are really skilled, when are really skilled footballers, to me, to you, the intelligence ratio are only on the field today. Let's take for instance Musa Tumbo. You don't go put Musa Tumbo on a cross panel. Let's take for instance when you don't go put Musa Tumbo on a cross panel for talk with you. Not possible. When Salombi actually play against, was it against Algeria, when they interview Fabianski, you hear Fabianski the response of in the interview, the English already speak. You know something is wrong.
But feel he's a good player.
Of course, he is a good player. You know, sorry for this Musa Tumbo as a case scenario. You cannot put Musa Tumbo on that limelight for beginning to speak English to constructively for like respond to you on the same level. The brother with my point at the Kai Kamara, the Mustafa Bundu,
based on their surrounding.
Of course, because of the surrounding side defend themselves. So
and you say these two he mentioned, they don't pass through an academy system. From the great Bellarmine, Kai don't spend a lot of time in America. Same to Mustafa Bundu.
Sure.
They don't go to different clubs. So he can speak fluently and with the proper English.
That's why they get the agents. So it is not compelling for let you interview by English and speak English. Not so for instance, you get my interview by English talk Creole. Musa Tumbo has the leverage. You get the liberty for talk Creole because they're able for communicating. When the interview for Fabianski, we saw how that it's on laughter. Some years ago, the interview on SLF person, they asked, is Sierra Leone's team good for now? He said, yes, we're the goodest team. And they asked, really? He said, yes, we are the goodest team. So if you know sentence structures, if you know past tense, comparative and all that, you would say like basically everything is wrong. But the key thing we'll miss them out, let me not put the yardstick of measuring talent to formal education. If we get system in place, we know so this is a modern day world. Of course, you have to be orally good, but Kylian Mbappe, they struggle with English. Messi struggles with English. It doesn't mean say not speak English, but a more comfortable in speaking Spanish. Even Ronaldo, comfortable for talk.
And of recent, I was just watching Luis Enrique in press conference. Wow, he's finding it difficult.
Very.
Well, he's one of the best coaches in the world.
Of course, you can't say that. Even Guardiola, they struggle for speak English, and they go in depth. Waiting on you know when they make English, they usually basic English where you come. You have to. Although players like Pires be very stubborn. Pires throughout in playing time now Arsenal is stubborn. Now French they talk. You don't ever change or convert. When you talk English or now French they talk. There are players who are stubborn. But if we take this away from our youth system, we don't begin put in programs, and we lack all these programs in the system, become a problem. Take for instance, why countries like Senegal they succeed? Because they get a structured system.
So what do you think we should do now in a case like this now? Usa, we don't really know, say we not get Ibrahim Yelenke fought for it and not be able. You find out say during Ibrahim Yelenke in term, we play, I would say we play an inter-secondary school football competition won by, I think it was Prince of Wales or St. Edwards, one of the two. I think it was St. Edwards. I don't want to forget I'm wrong because I don't want to let the Prince Williams then can say I want to take a trophy.
Sure.
But I vividly remember say I fall victim of that. That was in 2023. I fall victim when and I don't mention the school in name. I don't fall victim. Done. One of me smartwatches them what I been get. I dey on top bike around Kisi would axis. They be snatching them. You know, so this iPhone watches it just gets small. So they be for snatch them. I don't want to mention the school in name, but I say everything around the school. And like how they talk, so I ever imagine that somebody will do them. But these are all things where it born for happen during. These are things where normally don't they happen. One or two Sierra Leoneans don't become victim. And also the violence don't happen, but we can able to curtail this violence. Do you know the reason why this violence been sparked? Because the aim of which they make come by then was not to identify young players and for make money out of the peoples. Because you pay for what you score.
Sure.
FSSG was having a very good volleyball team. They win rapidly. Convent as well. We get a very good athletics team. Then Seth been a trial in that area. But because then we by then we don't foresee, okay, we dey put money for let them buy ticket for go watch, then we never get things right. If not for identify talent, then let we take off the schools, the school pupils. Don't be part of this.
Sure.
All what we want, not just the athletes, or just the players, or the volleyballers, or the cricketers, now then they go play. After which we return back to respective schools. Because you find out, say, schools that we get minors, we're not big, then they get the high number of support.
Of course.
Now only the big schools, and they get most of this wrangling happening now among the big schools. So the lesser school they suffer, where some get more potential, like even to the big schools.
Sure.
So how we go for curtail this, in my own view, maybe you go get your own counter review to that. But I think, say, let we forget about the crowd and the money making. And let's focus on how we forget more talent. We don't use this language, say, catch them when they're young. But I'm not saying that. We are not catching them when they are young. They have become vulnerable. They are going to kush addiction. They are going to prostitution. They are going to places where you don't think they can go. I don't have to call names, but I tell you, I know more than 10, 20 young players. The time we watch them school league, I'll be the talk say, these are the people who go for upsets the numbers of Mohamed Kalon to a national team and play even bigger than Mohamed Kalon. But in your own view, what you feel for we don't do? For me, I think so. For don't put the crowd off, forget about the crowd. No school picking up for go watch in school where they play. Let them feel the pain and feel the pain. Now I want to be part of one. So okay, now because I don't get chance for go watch, let me be part of them. Now let few people go watch me.
Sure.
But if we say that we still want for open arm and still allow schools for go watch them school play, we go still there in this violence manner. Am I making sense or not? Maybe in your own view.
So Toby, first of all, let me able to understand one of the key things where they put the violence, that the school rivalry. The rivalry when it comes to school, we know sit down the years now, it don't even transcend now into the hierarchies of those in powers where everybody do most stuff in school. Like let's say the chief minister go Prince of Wales, the attorney general go St. Edwards, and then the minister of information go academy. So everybody they post this and that and that. We can understand from that level say now for everybody showcase in school. But down inside the bush and Toby, the rivalry among schools now one will not be easy at all. You can attest to that. The violence will be the common between St. Edwards and Congress, Edwards and Boys High, collegiate Edwards, collegiate and academy defense. So the rivalry of itself now be one of the foundation will lead to huge amounts of violence. And come to terms, Toby, we know say all schools get in girls. Edwards and Convents, they to the line. Grammar School and Anywatch were not much into the limelight because they don't know them for being too much stubborn. Collegiates, Colivine, is that also?
Yeah.
Collegiate and Vine. Prince of Wales and FSSG. Academy, then distance school where they the same axis. UMC. And then no part of UMC.
No, catch them catch for that.
Yeah, because they catch for UMC seen as small girls. So when you understand the passion driven brings in the rivalry among schools. Now back to the question you asked. So Toby, you cannot run this business, you cannot run business for fun. It is a business. Unless if it is a government run from the Ministry of Sport.
That's it. That's it.
But if it has not been run by them, it is a business.
Now let's go. Let me look at this quick one. Ministry of Sport. The Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education.
Yeah.
The Ministry of Junior Basic and Secondary Education. Now we get three ministries. Mind you, three ministries. They get support from donor partners. They get support from the central government. We get the National Sport Authority. We get the National Olympic Committee. We get the Sierra Leone Football Association. We get the Sierra Leone Cricket Association. We get the Sierra Leone Basketball. These are all associations, mind you. Everybody, if they come with experts, the Basketball Federation for bring to expertise, coaches who will tell the people the rules and regulation of the game.
Sure.
The SLFA competition department will for guide that. So it means it's not about money. What's it they make the money for? Who said the money they go? By then, when people ask questions, say, when they say we pay 5 million for can watch me school. What's that this money they go?
Sure.
It's not reflecting back to the schools.
Sure.
Now individual pockets there, but they go after every game and go to corner and shave.
Sure.
So for me, let's take off the money from this. If we want to get a generational base, forget young athletes, good footballers, good cricketers, good volleyballers, good basketballers, we need to go back to the schools, and this time with a different approach. The approach for BC is not about money making. No more money making. We don't want money making.
Sure.
We don't want, if you want to go support your school, you're not able to support your school. We should be thinking of how they should be, therefore they are in school and support them school.
Sure.
It's common, but with the White Lion Stars game to go play all the way Egypt, with the students also watch game. So why can't the schools put a very big project on the school compound? They watch them school play volleyball, watch them school play football. We tell them not go to the actual venue for go cause chaos.
Well,
so this is my own point I put out to say we got 3 ministries with over 4 agencies with experts.
Sure.
The National Olympic Committee alone gets all sporting associations under that, including the big one of football. So football is even smaller when it comes to the NOC.
So for me, Toby, I think I don't go to the pathway where you choose.
Okay.
Because considering the fact we not say being this in a technological world now you can stay home, but there's a different passion and feeling when you are in the stadium than when you're watching it from home. There's a different.
I vividly agree with you.
I could tell you these are Gen Zs now. I would tell you, Toby, those who used to cause the havoc, those by then they're now grown up people.
It can't.
I'm not saying it will change.
It's
generational.
It can't change.
I know. But me go tell you, say by then, when me they recall say it was 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13, where the intensity of itself, when you go to stadium, where when they say first don't broke out, you they pull the uniform first, you either. When they see you to they ask you school they go. Where are they clean? Let's say where it was, I wear be Bluetooth. You ask me that it was, I say no, where are they clean I go. By the time I show me a book. You never show book and don't dock you slap. But I see man can cover you. But the kids now I see, these are soft church kids. The one they say now, I think they're more focused on social media. So you get rights back because the Gen Zs then now, see, they kind of field more on social media. But there are still kids where still get access, where they don't get access to social media, where they're the rural areas then, where they go still want feel, they go still want that support, that thunderclap, everything. So press has been felt for me, it can be curtailed. That make by then there was anti-violence. The anti-violence be the mandate. And also most people listen to it.
We still fight after all that.
Let me tell you, say the rivalry is there. And I will tell you, Toby, there are schools where get history of violence among themselves. Where blama, even on peaceful conversation, arguments the boss. Take for instance, Edwards and Academy. There is always this rivalry between the two when it comes to leadership. So when they find themselves, so some of these kids where they play football, away into basketball, don't get this stress. Say, always see that Edwardian as your opposite, as your opposition person. So when they find themselves in the pitch, and then game done, you begin to provoke me, passion gone wrong. So private school, you can hardly say private school gets involved in violence today. You can hardly hear it.
Why do you think when Senge, I don't make 2. The last time I'd say, somebody correct me, say I shouldn't say na be a mistake for we get Yelenke off as Minister of Sport. Somebody say I know for the president does not make mistake. I say okay, but for me he's a human. The fact that he's a human, the same brain way he think with, that not the same brain he forget with back.
Of course, sure.
So he's a human.
There's a tendency.
So for me, okay, the president's maybe in cabinet, maybe he gets the advices then we put him in a good way. Yes, making Senge a chief minister, of course, now for put him in a higher position. But when he been there now education, I think we see some drastic change.
Sure.
I think during in era we see back we make inter-secondary school football competition. I think St. Edward's been winner, then beat Prince of Wales at the West, and then play. I think it was Ahmadiyya or one of the Eastern school. They even beat the Eastern school, and that was manned by the Sierra Leone Football Association. They made a part of them, despite the beginning of we will get the opportunity. Me fortunate for play a Milo competition organized by a Ghanaian company. By then a Ghanaian company, they become Milo. Then I have they attend St. Anthony School. So for me, these are all opportunity, and the winner of that competition, they go directly for go play the national competition in Ghana. If we don't see more kids, we shouldn't be looking at the bad side of farm where we get a lot of benefit. If we just look at say now the fet go make we not bring them back, it means we don't try for settle one side and we don't lose up to 9 side. Because imagine we watch basketball, I want for St. was the play collegiate, for example. Do you know how many young talent basketball players we go before identify and incorporate them with basketball teams who watch now them progress? But because of the field say they go slap one person or then go fet after the game, we don't forget about the good part farm. So there is a more we'll explore. We definitely try to reach out to Ibrahim Yelenke by then. if you go for create time for we in this discussion, and let me get you on side. This now waiting we there for, and we're not just the limited discussion this morning. We got for open and back to yourself for the listen. Let yourself be part of them. But there is a lot more we can do in transforming we youth sports system in the country and go back to days Usai we don't say St. Edwards alone. They say you go beat them into more time, but when it comes to the final run, the all-out relay, St. Edwards get one of the best team I've seen for far too long. I'm not an Edwardian, but the record speaks for itself. I remember one time Scatter been get an injury. Wow. I remember I just want to let them play that film the back and let you see how those days been really talic. I know say can ask you if they listen to the program this morning, don't forget to bite. But let's go for break with the untouchable DJ B Show.
Values your activity and wants to celebrate with you. Stay with us and enjoy 1x free bet, a weekly reward just for you. Sign up at 1xbet.sl with promo code 3SL to get a 200% welcome bonus up to 2,800 leones. Bet on the correct score from Tuesday to Monday and get a guaranteed free bet. Millions already winning. Join your friends and experience the thrill of victory with 1x free bets.
You dey look for the best betting experience?
1xBet!
Register with 1xBet today and enjoy 200% bonus on your first deposit to 2,300 new leones. Yes, double your money right from the start. Go inside 1x game for fine casino games, card game, and boku other thing them. All them 1 year designed for make you enjoy and win big. Or you can bet on sports events them like football, basketball, tennis, and boku other one them with live updates and competition odds for get strength to the game. It's easy for start. Register by phone or complete your registration with valid ID card, but not forget for screenshot your account for use them later. Deposit and withdraw you winning with Colat. We use Orange Money, Afri Money, 1xBet Cash, Mastercard or Visa card. 1xBet are the official sponsor for La Liga, Serie A, League One, and the Confederation of African Football. So no now say you done a good hand. Join 1xBet today and join the winning journey. But remember say you need for bet responsibly.
1xBet!
1xBet, your world of betting.
1xBet values your activity and wants to celebrate with you. Stay with us and enjoy 1x free bet, a weekly reward just for you. Sign up at 1xbet.sl with promo code 3SL to get a 200% welcome bonus up to 2,800 leones. Bet on the correct score from Tuesday to Monday and get a guaranteed free bet. Millions already winning. Join your friends and experience the thrill of victory with 1x free bets.
You dey look for the best betting experience?
1xBet!
Register with 1xBet today and enjoy 200% bonus on your first deposit to 2,300 new leones. Yes, double your money right from the start. Go inside 1x game for fine casino games, card game, and boku other thing them. All them 1 year designed for make you enjoy and win big. Or you can bet on sports events them like football, basketball, tennis, and boku other one them with live updates and competition odds for get strength to the game. It's easy for start. Register by phone or complete your registration with valid ID card, but not forget for screenshot your account for use them later. Deposit and withdraw you winning with Colat. We use Orange Money, Afri Money, 1xBet Cash, Mastercard or Visa card. 1xBet are the official sponsor for La Liga, Serie A, League One, and the Confederation of African Football. So no now say you done a good hand. Join 1xBet today and join the winning journey. But remember say you need for bet responsibly.
1xBet!
1xBet, your world of betting.
1xBet values your activity and wants to celebrate with you. Stay with us and enjoy 1x free bet, a weekly reward just for you. Sign up at 1xbet.sl with promo code 3SL to get a 200% welcome bonus up to 2,800 leones. Bet on the correct score from Tuesday to Monday and get a guaranteed free bet. Millions already winning. Join your friends and experience the thrill of victory with 1x free bets.
You dey look for the best betting experience?
1xBet!
Register with 1xBet today and enjoy 200% bonus on your first deposit to 2,300 new leons. Yes, double your money right from the start. Go inside 1x game for fine casino games, card game, and boku other thing them. All them 1 year design for make you enjoy and win big. Or you can bet on the sports events them like football, basketball, tennis, and boku other one them with live updates and competition odds for get strength to the game. Easy for start. Register by phone or complete your registration with valid ID card. But not forget for screenshot your account for use them later. Deposit and withdraw you winning with Colat. We use Orange Money, Afri Money, 1xBet Cash, MasterCard or Visa Card. 1xBet are the official sponsor for La Liga, Serie A, League One, and the Confederation of African Football. So no now say you done a good hand. Join 1xBet today and join the winning journey. But remember say you need for bet responsibly. 1xBet, your world.
1xBet values your activity and wants to celebrate with you. Stay with us and enjoy 1x free bet, a weekly reward just for you. Sign up at 1xbet.sl with promo code 3SL to get a 200% welcome bonus up to 2,800 leones. Bet on the correct score from Tuesday to Monday and get a guaranteed free bet. Millions already winning. Join your friends and experience the thrill of victory with 1x free bets.
You then look for the best betting experience?
1xBet.
Register with 1xBet today and enjoy 200% bonus on your first deposit to 2,300 new leons. Yes, double your money right from the start. Go inside 1x game for fine casino games, card game, and boku other.
And of course, undoubtedly, you really no need for waste time knowing fully well say 1xBet. I think it don't take we some time. I just talk to you about 1xBet, what you need to know about 1xBet. And so arguably, of course, 1xBet is not the biggest betting platform, not the world, and particularly Salon, a digital betting platform we get the biggest and the best odds, considering the fact say we get a big Champions League match tonight, and also just in football and get different games where you bet on with 1xBet. So make yourself a 1xBetter and win boku money. I want to let you say I listen to Epic Sport, but because of Epic Sport I go just, if na iOS you use, just go now you Apple Store and download the 1xBet app, or if na Android phone you use, just go now you Play Store and download the 1xBet app. And of course, when you download the app, and make sure say you use a single method of registration, not use a multiple way of doing registration. Just use one method and do your registration, and trust me, with all the registration indeed, you go straight and begin enjoy the best odds, the biggest odd in terms of betting in the country. Make yourself a 1xBetter, and of course you go enjoy the reliability in sports betting. So we want to take the show now to our listeners quickly before we come back to the experts in the studio. The number you could do that now, 079-994-993, 079-994-993. Please just limit your discussion or your point on the topic of discussion. We go only entertain around Champions League, that if you ask questions, but if you know how to ask question around Champions League, then limit your discussion. Let's find solution. Give your own advice. How do you think we can able for really catch them when they're young? We don't use this parable, we don't use this language for several times. So let's go now and start for Pico Force call on the line. Hello, good morning.
How are you going to listen to the Lion?
Yes, the Lion. Go ahead and make your point.
Yes, sir. You know, I'm so happy when I just some of them here, so when I talk. Let some of we unfortunately follow the watch intersect in this country. Let's say we are the all. Outside Blackpool Ebusiam. Now, financing and the way show that they come, if they come, now they will see people in the. Like a red them, Bartlett. You know one thing, the big is full of when somebody they play school league, you find out say you parent there, you don't put them softness, because I imagine then say with them Kalon, them Bartlett, Simbo, whatever they play their school league. Wallahi, if people they play school league, hungry, you don't get hungry, you didn't pay school fees. You think that they pay school fees for them? Say it don't. You know what? Then you don't look that in there, then look at them. That all them players they hold the team but you cannot know this show. They all come up from that. You know, they could leave them. Now they force you to give sport them player they need. When they come because of what happened. When they want to go play the game, they go even where they play, they go even. One thing waiting people for their life, you know, that school and the way they want to make discipline. At least anybody, all man can be anybody. Where now the whole you know, everything that we are. When school picking make anything, there's video them, they snap them, that picking the way misbehave to. Therefore, expel them. No school know the way they go, where they take you. I believe say wallahi people will see how we become more. But like, if I want to catch a player, not going to if I want to play back.
Alright, Lion, sorry, I can really hate for end the call of we callers because the fact that una use una own credits, una use your own time for listening call. But please sorry for do that because everybody gets only 60 seconds for make a point. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to the Cabo.
Yes.
This is Malaika, the call from Scandinavia.
Welcome again, Malaika.
Yeah, thank you. God bless you. Of course, when football experts leave analysis, we need no more. Actually, we need nothing more to say except, I mean, you just have to watch it.
Yes.
You said it all, Toby. You know, football, especially when it comes to the area of, you know, youth. Youth are, you know, the backbone of our future and footballers, you know. So, but if the government or the holders of the football associations, you know, lacks the support from that area, it becomes worrisome. So we are really supporting you to the analysis that you're giving. We've got nothing more to say because we said it, so we just need to watch here. Thank you very much. How is about my boy?
He's okay.
Yeah, thank you.
That is Malaika from Scan Drive, and he's a die-hearted fan of Manchester United. So their only hope at this moment is for able to win the UEFA Europa League. We are wishing them halfly all the best. All the best. Malaika, please don't come for me. We just wish them all the best. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Toby.
Yes, one of the best we have in this country, Mr. Kanasi. It's a pleasure having you. Good morning again.
Thank you. Toby, come up behind Manchester.
Okay, sir.
In fact, I want to use this opportunity on behalf of Manchester fans alone for congratulate Arsenal in advance. Arsenal, personally make no sense, but this trophy now I get them.
Amen. Amen.
Moving forward, I want to talk about youth football.
Okay.
When we begin at the FN, I think me company next could me tell you see that not be my passion because I inherit them from the late Alhaji Alim Siso. He was the chairman for the youth football in Sierra Leone. We get for start this youth football at school. But level we don't sit down. We serve as football administrators, football analysts, football journalists. What thing we achieve when we take this football to secondary school level? What thing we achieve? Now hooligan. When they play game, that day the people only move from Dundas Street to even Sheikha Stevens Street. Then they catch people on the street, jog them phone. As I'm talking, I'm a victim of that. One day more Congress that play, and they come by Godrich Street, Eastern Police. Then broke me driving mirror. School children, they knock us open. So waiting. Police then they run and school picking them. So we are talking about this. Security not there for man them picking their then catch almost then carry them go court. Waiting at the outcome. It happened 1, it happened 2, it happened 3 times. So me, I don't know where we to start. So instead,
we can start, Chairman.
Yes, we can start.
Yes,
we can start with the clubs.
Mm-hmm. For me, we can start
with the clubs.
For me, we can start, Chairman, without even target the clubs. So this not beyond submission when me make. Mm-hmm. By then, the purpose was for let people make money from them. Not to been say. Now been key focus for people to identify players. Now una individually be they say, okay, this will be good. Let us monitor them. They not been get a committee where they sit and monitor the process of them kids 10 day by then. So for me now, let we left the schools them out of this. How we go for do them? Let we just identify the players within the schools.
That's it. That's what I'm saying now.
You know,
That's
yeah,
what I'm
okay,
saying now.
okay, okay.
Let us take the schools out of this now. Take it to the clubs now. I've said it in your station. Reginald can prove me right. First, they will be small. We put the play against Blackpool. Now the junior team then they play first. Now they play as they graduate. Like this Abdullah Cox, he was playing number 7 for Port. They call him Boara before then change him to defender. So most of them players they will be the play for Port. They all graduate kind of the high level team. So this now the work now of the FA. Let the FA now make sure they use this as an opportunity for meet up the next Premier League when all team for registered a junior team and a female team. That we can move our football. Mind you, FIFA attention now youth football and female football. Now they put up about 25 to 30% money. Now FIFA they put on that. So I rest my case.
All right, that is one of football administration where administrators we don't give a lot of insightful take on which he would only do in this program. So call me back on 0799949993. Call and be part of the program this morning, and let's see how many calls we go for push to 0799949993 this morning. Edward, as we entertain more calls, you only get from certain people with the call in respect of just giving support. But I think let's just finish with the call, then we'll have time for you to make a quick response. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Toby. Asman.
Yes, Asman.
This thing is very, very important. We don't talk everything about football. If we not go to the schools, then how will get Bobo then for can represent this league? But now one thing we don't see fit on especially anything we don't we don't say slowly the damage the Boku. But it's better now we go to the school and get players and let the student there inside the compound, then get something within the watch them players there, then student then come to student there, then see you happen for the 1 year, 2 years, then go change the mentality. We say we need for the good support to school, not for good sex. But we not go down to the grassroots to make life engaging. You know go easy. We all remember one time Cambo Eagles. What in happen? How they come up as a lawyer? Not from the schools. They didn't take players there. If we not go down to the school, how will we get players there for representing? So the area of Senge, the president mistake for Pula and that.
Wow, that was Sasman 0799949993. Let me get more calls this morning, and let's see how many calls we go for put through. Time check for almost 3 o'clock now, 11:54. So we get time for bring to you some parts of this discussion. 0799949993. Also, don't forget for watch me live on our Facebook page. You drop your comment, and let's see how many comments as well they on we Facebook page. But Edward, we did get some calls. Let me send some advice. I want for just quickly look at the proactiveness of Ministry of Sport. Yeah, Paul Kamara been get within he been known for. Ahmed Kanu been get within in known for. Ibrahim Yelenke been get within in known for. But we are not seeing that into somebody where for the very first time we did test a woman for lead in a capacity when it's a man dominated arena. But we are not seeing that much of the minister in terms of say, okay, there are things, somebody who gets a very vast knowledge in sport, because if the lecture, I think it was PhD or so. So we not see that reflection. Do you think if forgets strong hands on deck now for say, okay, let we forget a benchmark now under my own administration as Minister of Sport, say we able to achieve A, B, and C. Who knows how many months or years he will still spend in that seat? And by the way, sorry, they are among one of the least underperforming ministries in this. You know, saying they get a performance contract pulled out by the chief minister, the Ministry of Sport. They under that category as one of the least performing ministries.
So for me, I think when it comes to theory, the Minister of Sports gets so many theories in her head. I think lecturing at university doesn't mean practically you forfeiting the position of being a minister. I think, like I tell you, President Bio, there were certain reshuffle he did, and there are people who he brought in, people who he removed from certain positions. I think those people of itself, they were never meant to be removed, or they were never meant to be rotated. Notwithstanding that, so what I would say to the minister, when it comes to theory, get up. Lecture in university is good. Now, like for instance, football administrator, so if you talk football, but if you play, now a different ball game. So that's the key thing. So for me, when the president rotated the former minister Nyalenke by then, I think there were personal reasons why the president, as he deemed the president, you understand, Toby? We understand. But when they brought in this honorable minister currently, I think for me, she's underperforming. And for me, in no soon time, I think when heads the role, if I be one of the ministers for heads role, Toby, I make them very clear. Because we also how sports actually for 2021, 2022, we saw how much energy we sports bring into the country. The kind of passion that was there. I'm not saying I'm not a campaigner for Nyalenke or one of his PR person, because I've been on here when Nyalenke don't do the right thing, we blasted him. But the current minister, I tell you, when the president will be doing the next reshuffling, she needs to go. Because it's over 2 years now. We don't see anything. And we know say it gets all the material around and Toby. It gets all the people around. It gets the blame. So is it that they're not working with her, or perhaps there is something far beyond, or there are underlying issues, or she's not meant to be there, because or she's just meant to be lecturing in the university, which she's okay with. But for full-scale ministerial position, it's a different thing. We're not against her. It's about the responsibility and the role of her being the minister. So imagine sports being one of the most underperforming. We check 4 years back, Toby. Sports are one of the most performing ministries. We saw the kind of energy. We saw how much interest where the government get per sport. And check some bigger countries. Sports, they contribute hugely towards the economic growth of a country. If entertainment is misbehaving right now, let sports be one way of focal growth for the economy. Take for England. For instance, England. The Spain, these top world countries, now football, they generate huge amount of income for them. But look how to win a Salona here. If we see the minister of himself, I know the president will be that person when you say, if the president of the Russia has resilient people, then we need to say things. The honorable minister, the way it's how things are gone, she's dormant. That's the problem I get with that, Toby. You don't see her. She doesn't talk. You don't see her around. She doesn't talk. She doesn't get involved. The NSA person, the NSA director is more even active than the minister. You could see. So we're not saying
he's presently out of the country, Dr. Emmanuel Safar Abdullahi.
Yes, you see how Denmark. Many movements Safar. I'm not campaigning for Safar Abdullahi. I'm not part of the PR. So that one, let put a disclaimer. But when the right thing is being done, let me talk him. But the honorable minister can tell you for now, Mr. President, His Excellency, need for the next reshuffle, she needs to go. Because that means if she's not removed, they'll tell you when the government for the disburse, they'll for reduce the amount of money to go to sport. And we see what in Senge talk. There are certain means if you know they contribute highly towards the contract, then you never get least amount of money where the Ministry of Finance they fund you. So that means if you got piles of projects, but you know they see how much they contribute, it's a problem. Ministry of Youth also the same thing they go on there, underperforming. Sport underperforming. Ministry of the MBS is also underperforming. So if some of these instances, we know how much Saloma loves sport. So if the Minister of Sport is dormant, that means the sport discipline is dormant. So the deputy for active past the minister. The NSA is not supposed to be more active more than the Ministry of Sports. Now the general body where they oversee
because all the NSA is just a wing.
It's just a wing. Not just an agency. So if the Ministry of Sport is underperforming, that simply means say the NSA is underperforming. Because when they degrade, they're grading all of them on a sporting discipline. So it speaks volume. Say if the next contract where they never get a performance contract assessment for sports, if I don't can say the minister will don't go. Well, tried and tested means we put women into power. This I'm not sounding in any way say are they against women, but some at the look of things, I think the pressure of being Minister of Sport for me it's too heavy for Madam Taima. It's too heavy. I think surely in it's too heavy for her. So for me, I'll tell you there are certain. I'm saying this again. I'm not sounding as if I'm at the Bato Mandel or not Bato Umandel, but there are certain disciplines, certain ministries that will say it to be. It is meant to be male-owned and female-assisted than female-owned and male-assisted, especially when it comes to sport. Because sport of itself, check all the sub-agency under sport. There have been male presidents. There are male directors.
But Madam Acha, you answered me before fight that cause.
She did. But she was not the Minister of Sports.
Although despite some people will say it fed that cause they but with the 8 years for play football. I just quickly holiday and let's take some few calls and come to us a few
Yes,
yes, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, this is Anabi Yusuf Kamara. I strongly show way. Anabi Yusuf Kamara, we want to talk to. We is one of the oldest sports administrator in diverse sports. It can be handball, it can be football, it can be athletics. You don't get into this for several years. So we take 3 more calls and wrap up the program and come to colleague in the studios where don't they give explicit discussion, particularly on the subject matter this morning. 079-994-993 number you could do that. 079-994-993. We are just putting at least 3 or 2 more calls. So we under 20 they play tomorrow and second game against the host nation Egypt in a decisive match. A win for we go take we automatically top to the group with 4 points. Egypt currently gets 3 points, but tomorrow will be time for that, for give you a comprehensive rundown on that. Edward, based on time, we don't go above the time. You make you try to complete the statement and what you could be you feel what's going forward, which particular department you feel say you want for toe shades at, or you want for point fingers at, we think say some of them are responsible for the fading out of inter-secondary school football competition, the fading out for inter-secondary school athletics competition, the fading out of inter-secondary school volleyball competition, the falling out. I want to commend the Sierra Leone Cricket Association.
Sure.
I want to commend them really. In as much as they're having little support from the International Cricket Federation, but they don't organize school competition, which most of these girls and gents that are in some of these teams don't play in some of the categories in the national team of cricket. So where do you think this could take we and with another way moving forward?
So for me, I think say the entire problem lies with the Minister of Sports, and that tells you there's a dormant minister to be. When there's a dormant minister, there's a dormant ministry. Let we know keep on particularly the Honorable Minister for Sports. She's dormant, and if it comes to being replaced, now one of the focal posts where the president need for his place, and tell you and bring in someone who is more active. Because if grassroots is to come back, then it all depends on the leadership. I won't blame the SLFA. I won't blame because the NSL, like the executive director, they can get more life. MSF can get more life, and also, but they can talk about cricket. Cricket is doing well, but the dormancy of the Minister of Sports, the result for us so many other things that not actually the factor very well. So if the grassroots is to come back, school people, these are kids. We can man them. Or let us say not juvenile, but they can be manned. They can be manned, I tell you, Toby. They can be manned. But then it all depends on the leadership. If we get a minister we actually mean business, who knows sports, now one of the oxygen where Salon the breathes, Toby. When we say sports, now one of the things the way Salon can go there without the cow they eat rest, it speaks volume, say we can transcend that energy day. School kid, the picking what they see now. Let just get police them on standpoint. Don't make a class say, Kumbwa when the KG picking them misbehave, now so and so now the punishment where they facing. Of course they will maintain. But it all comes down, say, the reshuffling of the president of when she brought in the current minister. I think we got it all wrong. So if we were to get it right, it's either the current the Minister of Sport wake up back and mean business and get for work with in subcommittees and sub-agencies. But if not to that, Toby, sport will continue to be dormant, and this grassroots will don't talk about extensively for 1 hour. We go talk all night and do all we can. Come to think of it, which is a FIFA 2023, they donate over 1,000 ball to Sierra Leone. And we don't see they don't get coaching causes them down the years. All this cannot work well if the Ministry of Sport is not active. So all this come about, say, the Honorable Minister of Sport currently for upping game. If not that, President Bio, next reshuffling, she needs to go. Very simple. Because like I say, sports now the oxygen where Salon the breathes, and we know say Nations Cup is coming around the corners. So if Salon is to go back into the Nations Cup, or we push for sub-competition coming, it all comes down from the orders where they come up from the ministry. So if football for grown as Salon, if we get grassroots football back, Toby, I will tell you without no hesitation, and I'm unapologetic towards this. If we to mean business towards this, then reshuffling heads need to roll starting from the Minister of Sports and others committees. To be.
There's a lot we will definitely continue for the bring to you in the Epic Sports Show. But I'm far appreciate the coming of Edward this morning with a lot of good debates. We'll continue for bring to you which really matter until relevant authorities. One of the two way I would definitely promise you or tell you that we not go stop for push this matter. We go push on until the right thing be done, and we know they point fingers only against the Ministry of Sport. But one of the reasons why we point at them even the NOC is under the Ministry of Sport. So all sports agencies, all sporting associations, they're under the umbrella of the Ministry of Sport. And say if the aid routine, every part safe don't routine. So we hope for see some drastic improvement. We not just foresee something in black and white. And basically I not just want for going into projects or things where Yelenke left at the table, because that is where we start the discussion, because government's not continuity. Sure. But I promise you, we don't push so hard for get the Minister of Sport, which we will get in not too long time. And we don't do the necessary things which then say we for do. We don't do and want to forget the Minister of Sport. And let's explore since in Kamwan as minister. I come in the second time of the president. So president only done how many years now? Not 2 years. 2 years. So 2 years for as a minister, it can't be enough. But one for say it should be enough based on things them already see. But since he come in power, we have nothing for point fingers at say this is what she has done since he take up power. We appreciate the rockstar DJ Bishop for giving all the technical support, and of course you can get a very good time with him in the Drive Time show. And of course Abubakar Bendu and Big Daddy English, we ensure say you for watch we live on with Facebook page is becoming something else now we hand. So for Arsenal supporters, let's make this dream come into reality. We did at the Champions League for create we own history, not for bank or depend on the history of which in other clubs them do achieve in the Champions League. Tonight, Arsenal face Paris Saint-Germain in the first leg of the UEFA Champions League. It's all or nothing for the two clubs respectively. Join us on Stick TV as they will bring to you the live game, and of course, LeBron as well. Gets a lot in store for all Arsenal supporters. Smile with us as Arsenal face Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League. Mina Mohammed to be kind to say, have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday, and keep it epic with the hands of Rockstar DJ Bishop.